Jeff Keighley put out a tweet, and this is facts. Sony put it out in some type of update to their website about their 30th anniversary with a bunch of facts, right? So Jeff Keighley says Sony has confirmed that the PlayStation 2 has sold over 160 million consoles. Now, the PlayStation 2 has been being made for years, right? But the last confirmed number was like 155 or 100 and something. And it's like they magically found like another 5 million consoles hidden somewhere.
The magic, huh?
Yeah. So, but check it out. What's funny is he says it is the best-selling console of all time, followed by the Nintendo Switch, which has shipped over 146 million units worldwide. Now, I love how he says shipped, whereas PlayStation 2 has sold, right?
Oh, the shade.
Yeah.
The
For sure.
shade.
For sure.
Wow.
So they were able to create consoles out of thin air to boost the numbers. I wonder
I wonder how
where
that happened.
they've done that before.
Do tell,
Hmm,
C. Do tell. I feel like you're gonna
interesting.
get there.
Mm,
Let us know.
I mean, it might be the PlayStation 5 and their fake ass numbers because they can't sell anything on that console. But the real thought here though
The
is
the the funny thing here, go ahead,
the
C. Hit him with it.
how little of a flex this actually is, because they sold that PlayStation 2 forever. Okay, like way longer than anything ever gets sold, right? Like they just kept it forever because they got it down to be so cheap that that console is like literally was purchased like everywhere around the world, right? Like they got it down to, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing it like you go get one for like $70 or $79 at a certain point. Like it became so thin, like it's basically like a wafer that you just slide a disc in there and the game ran. You know what I'm saying? Like it was so skinny, right? That they were still selling it and it was super cheap, right? Dirt cheap. But that was since 2000, right? So since the year 2000,
24
that's
years.
24 years and they've sold 160 million. And Jeff Keighley's out here trying to do it as a flex when the Nintendo
How
Switch
long
has
has it been
sold
out for?
146 million in 7 years.
A bit of
7
a difference.
years.
A bit of a difference.
If Nintendo keeps selling the Nintendo Switch, which I gotta tell you, I think that's gonna keep happening for a long time. Okay. I
But if they keep
really
selling for another 17 years, right?
17
It has
years.
the PlayStation, let's be clear, it has 17 years on the Switch.
It does. And just to understand, the majority of the end of that time that it was being sold dirt cheap,
Yes.
right? So $99 was
That's
the
not gonna
norm.
happen with the Switch.
That's not, well, it's not
No.
even about what's gonna happen. 146 million is at full price. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Maybe $50 off. You know what I'm saying? Like this is 146 million full price consoles that were sold, not 160 on fucking like super cheap, right? There's no comparison here.
There's not. There's not. This is hilarious. This is
Agreed.
hilarious. This is wild that he would in the shade with the PlayStation 2 sold versus, 146 million units shipped of the Nintendo Switch. This
Yep.
guy.
Let me tell you something. I see more PlayStations and PlayStation 5s on the shelf than I do Switches.
Agree.
And that's with them slowing down, right? But the point is here is that I don't know why they feel the need to lie. Like, is that how desperate they are to make themselves sound good and sound relevant? They know Switch is coming for that ass.
Oh, for sure.
Switch is coming for that. They're not
For that
stopping the
lie.
sell. They're not stopping the sales of Switch.
Absolutely not.
It's just not gonna
Absolutely not.
happen. They're gonna keep it going. And then what they're really gonna do is when the new Switch come out, they might just drop the price of the original Switch and really have that
It
take off.
yeah, I agree,
So
I agree. Probably, and it won't be I don't even think that's gonna happen for, like, a while. That'll be, like, for the next holidays. You know how Nintendo is. So they're not just gonna drop the price to drop the price. They're gonna go ahead and do it where it makes sense. They know the value that they have. So, we'll see. But this is just so ridiculous to put out here. Obviously, the PlayStation 2 has been out for 24 years to go ahead and maybe it would have been better if he left Nintendo out of the equation rather than have a freaking 7-year-old console essentially kicking its ass, 146 mil. What are we projecting for the next 17 years that's gonna go ahead and take place here? Not to
Magically,
mention
they'll be at 170 apparently. Like, they'll just keep adding. PlayStation's gonna keep
going
adding
up.
numbers.
They'll just
"Hey, we
I mean,
found
Will
another 5 mil."
Lewis figured out what they're doing, and, it's funny because I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them. They were going ahead and saying that their handheld sales were considered console sales. I wouldn't trust those numbers. It's just funny that what he's trying to put out here. This was today?
Yeah, yeah, this came out today.
Okay, so when it
I
was
mean, he's not the only one who
before.
reported on it. This PlayStation updated their website.
Oh, how cute. I'm
So,
sure they didn't update it with the Nintendo Switch info underneath.
yeah, it's it's just a joke. It's like it's ridiculous that it's just why do you need to lie?
Yeah, exactly. And this just comes down to the same exact thing that we say all the time. They're down to their console sales. And it's not just the developers. Obviously, PlayStation they went ahead and they updated this and they did it right before the news broke out about Shoe, right? So, I mean, talk about trying to distract.
Agreed. I mean, that's what they always try to do, right?
Agree.
So at the end of the day, that's nothing new, right? That's just their MO. They're sad people who feel such a desire to appease the idea of PlayStation, right? Like just to keep the idea of PlayStation alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, PlayStation is so great. Let me tell you this lie to make you feel better about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's sad actually at this
Agree.
point.